I'm still here, baby. I'm still living at Gucci Gardens. I have not been eviscerated. I have not been evaporated from Gucci Gardens. I was able to pay rent because of you, Laserheads. Enough of you Venmo'd me from the last episode that I literally paid rent barely. I mean, once I paid it, I was just about down to $0. And that was from your donations. I was able to pay the rent for August. And here we are, still living at Gucci Gardens. And now, folks, I'm back on my feet. I got a little gig I'm going to tell you about. I'm on unemployment now. So everything's okay and I'm fine. Thank you so much. But I just wanted to thank you all and welcome you to episode 55 of Laser Show. What a fun one I have for you. This podcast contains lasers that may trigger seizures in photosensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. This is Laser Show.
Pump up the volume, dance.
Good day, good morrow, good month, good rent, good goose, good pheasant, and good tidings. Welcome to episode 55 of Laser Show. I am your host, Gucci Greatness, the Fabergé Fiend, Dr. Drip, Guac Daddy, 3-time Employee of the Week, 1-time Employee of the Month, inaugural at both, and the second alderman of the 3rd Ward of Cass County, Missouri, and inaugural headliner of the Cassopolis Comedy Festival in Cass County, Indiana, Ryan O'Flanagan. Coming to you live, folks. Oh my God. So for those who don't know, I'm sure you all, I reckon you know if you're listening to this. My last Laser Show episode, I was out of money and I asked for help. I said, Venmo me, and enough of you Venmo me that I was able to pay rent. That is like the nicest thing in the world. Thank you guys so much. So sincerely. Oh my God. I love you guys so much. I really wasn't going to make rent. And dude, the amount of money that I got was, I got Venmos from a bunch of people, and I'm going to thank you all by name. I literally made almost pretty much exactly my rent. So if you guys could just go ahead and do that every single month, that would be so sick. And then I will live and be happy without ever having to develop a skill and get a job. If you guys can make it so that I never have to develop a skill and get a job, but guess what, folks? I do have a little bit of a job happening. Oh, I can't wait to tell you about it. But not before I thank each and every one of the people who donated, all of my new sponsors. I wrote down all of your names. Except for the 2 people who Venmo'd me and said, don't say my name. Yeah, there was 2 of you out there who said, don't say my name. Hey, so what's going on with you guys? Huh? Maybe these 2 people are like exes. And they don't want each other to know that they still listen to the Laser Show. Because they're like, that was supposed to be like our thing we would listen to together. And now we broke up, and it hurts to know that I'm listening to it alone. I don't want them to hear my name. Why am I making it like that? What a sad thing that would be. Maybe it's just 2 guys that, I don't know, are having affairs or something. But thank you all. I figure I'll sing a song to thank you guys. I was thinking about doing a freestyle rap. That's what I decided before this podcast. So I'm going to find a freestyle. I'm going to go to YouTube. And this is just on my laptop, so I don't know how loud it's going to be. I guess I can cast it onto my TV. I don't really want to do that. I'm just going to YouTube freestyle beat, I guess is what it would be. And I'll just thank all of you. I'm a really good freestyler. I've been doing it since I was probably 15, so about 8 years now. And I was really good at it. I am very good at it, and I've won a lot of awards and trophies. So, man, these are short. Okay, how about this one? This one's 4 minutes. This one has a picture of Scooby-Doo smoking a joint. It's got to be a very cool beat. Maybe very funny even. I hope they throw some Scooby-Doo. Oh, that was almost the worst as it could have been. Here we go. Don't renew premium, no. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, check it. Yeah, these other rappers. Yeah. All these other rappers, they don't know it. They don't know it. They don't know it, but they sure know how to show it. Last week I had a laser show. I asked my listeners to help me out. Without their money, the rent I would go without. So I wanted to thank, these other rappers. I wanted to thank these other rappers. Their names are Robert Edelman. He is as hot as a kettle man. Coming in through with that big donation. He was my first ever sponsor, if I remember correctly. I have dysfunctional erect directly. But not before I say thank you to my boy, Tony Ascenda. He's an airbender. He sent me the exact amount of money that was 1 cent less than what I said that you were allowed to vend me if I knew you. So Tony, screw you. But Dan Ristow, with your donation, I could not live without. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but I'm stupid, so don't blame me. Dan, don't shame me. And Rachel Crawford, you heard? Man, that donation was absurd, and I love you. And I love you too, Peter Plass. Thank you for that money. I'ma stick it in my shot glass and do a shot like all these other rappers. All these other rappers, I drink them down like a shot, and it hurts my throat. Hold on, I might have to start this. Is it ending soon? Oh, okay, we got time. John Woods, that donation was the goods. It put me in some very good moods. Speaking of the Edelmans, in comes Terrence. He's got that donation from his parents. That is a classic Eminem rhyme. Always rhyming Terrence with parents. I'm the second coming of that guy, but I can't come. Tessa Quant and Josh. I don't know why I wrote two people down at once, but their names are together, so maybe their donation was kind of a joint thing. Not disappointing, I liked it. Randy Phillips, you gave me money. You are my honey. I want to these other rappers. All these other rappers. Jason Eaton, your donation, I can't be beaten. I'm eating cause of you eating eggs. I can afford this shit now. I used to go without. I didn't have no money, but then Jordan Dempsey came in with the donation. America rise, nation. Stand up for my boy Jordan Dempsey donating just like Ryan Krinker. That donation was not a stinker. He actually put together the Casamlas Comedy Festival that I mentioned earlier. And as a guy, he's burlier. But Alex Nelson, he came through with the cash, and I threw a party. Yeah, it was a real bash. The party was paying my rent. Just a couple months after I gave up a job for Lent. In comes Nick Maestri. He's so chesty, and he's my bestie. That's Nick Maestri. Tony D. Maria, or De Maria. There's been several times I've said that name. I'm pretty sure you get some cameos from me. I know that name. I never know how to pronounce that game. Diane Furlong, thank you for them. Jordan Tomaso. Now, why would I write these two names separately when I know them as a couple? But the other people, I for some reason wrote their two names together. Did they donate together? Diane and Jordan, thank you for that Cleveland shirt, but that donation that you gave me doesn't hurt. Nate Helke. I don't want to be sulky. You know, like sulky, but if you were an elk, the end of this episode is gonna get elky. So before I do that, I want to say thank you to Nate Helke. Christopher Duran came through. He's the man, it's true. And he told me to shout out a local band. I do. That was really good. Smoke out on YouTube/Twitch. Don't look up Youb, that's not a site. Smoke Out promotes musicians for free. Why don't you see? That sounds pretty interesting to me and Michael Shines. Now that's a musician that rhymes. That's actually true. He actually makes music. I know that guy. Uh-oh, here comes another. Now it's ending. Yeah, all these other rappers. How much further? Oof, a lot. I'm only about halfway through. Okay, I'll try to go faster. I wish I could know when the beat's gonna drop. What am I trying to make this good? What the fuck am I talking about? See, the beat still doesn't drop. If you're gonna put a freestyle beat on YouTube, you gotta have a countdown to when it goes hard. It's probably gonna be right here, I think. All these other rappers, you thought that Tony Maestri was the only Maestri that was gonna donate to my wallet? Well, you'd be wrong, because guess what? Santo Maestri came through in a thong. That's Poop Dragon. That's his nickname, and it's a slick name, and he's got sick game, and he donated, just like Larry Hooper. And he's sitting on the toilet like a pooper. Then he opened up his Venmo. Don't let them know, cause Mike Morgan from Dallas wanted all of them to know he's from Dallas. For some reason I wrote Mike. Oh, that's why, cause it's Mike from Dallas. Mike, yeah, he came to my show. Love Mike. I met his family. Back we go to when I lived in Boston. That is the capital of a state like Austin. And I lived with my buddy Drew. We had good times, it's true. And then he sent me a Venmo. I guess he's doing pretty well, cause he reached out directly and asked me if I needed help, and I do. But not that much. I got a job, and I'm gonna tell you all about it in a few. But Xavier Atte, that's a cool name. He's a latte, making lots of steam with his fame. We got Jordan Dietschy. He reads that Nietzsche. Jordan Dempsey. Why did I write Jordan Dietschy and then / Jordan Dempsey? Did they Venmo me together like the other people? Thanks, both of you. Stephen Kisco. As far as kiss go, this man's got some lips like a slick hoe. Daniel Howe. Let me tell you fucking how. Via Venmo. Scott Sorensen is not Borenson. He's so entertaining like a Venmo. Amanda Hayes, I just saw her within the last couple days. That was one of my rules. Don't Venmo me if I've seen you within the past few days, you fool. Thanks. Chris Johnson. Haven't seen that guy in a bit. I'm sad, son. Now, he sent me money. And we got high once with a couple gummies. Gregory Cuelnel. There's no possible way this name has ever been used in a rap because it's spelled with a K. Yeah, that's the way, but what you might not think is that it ends in UEHNL. That sounds like hell. Trying to read that name put me through hell, and it didn't ring a bell. David Orton. I met him in Grass Valley. He gave me weed gummies. I wrote that shit down. That's kind of funny that there's been two people in this rap about gummies. Then Sean Musgrave, will you behave? I see him all the time, not at a rave, but at a comedy club. Tyrell Milleron, man, the song is going long, but I thank you, and I appreciate you. And just like Tyler Bland, I wish that I could have ran for office, and then I could have money. But as it stands, I so far can only rhyme money with honey and gummy. To Michael Twerry, he loves Tyler Perry, and for a Halloween one year, he was a strawberry. Nate Baker, he plays for the L.A. Lakers because LeBron's gone. Isn't that wrong? He went to the Sixers. Congrats if you are a John. Oh, yeah. LeJawn. Whoa, hold on. Pause it. Philly. Has anyone said this? LeJawn James. Has anyone said that? Please. I guess I'll tweet it. Yeah, someone's probably said it. Dan Whiteman. Gotta assume you're white because your name is Whiteman and you sent me a Venmo and your name is Dan. Like my name is Ryan O'Flan again. Eric Bailey, I wish that you would Venmo me daily because your donation made me feel gaily. Stasia Christo, I met you in Minnesota, right? You are the Stasia that I met in Minnesota, right? Thank you. Thank you for the... No, I'm just skipping through. Thank you for the Venmo. And thank you for buying my merch. That's a 2-time shout out on this podcast. I love God's mass. 3 more. And Joe Meldrum make me want to drink some rum so that I can celebrate his donation, masturbate to the funds. Like Trevor Hembling has teeth smaller than his gums. I've actually never met that guy. I'm sure that his tooth-to-gum ratio is on high. I bet he's sly and beautiful, and when he brushes his teeth, he doesn't have to use a small children's toothbrush because his teeth are so small. Connor Vanderniff. Hey, what if Connor Vanderniff and I went to the sky together on a rocket with all this new money that I got in my pockets? Thank you to my sponsors who all Venmo'd me. I'm sorry that I did a freestyle. I'm realizing was not a good idea. And sounds like straight diarrhea coming out of my mouth. Cause all these other rappers, they don't know it. So thank you all. That was all of you guys. If I missed anyone, let me know. I'll give you a shout out. I think tried to write down everyone. I want to shout out my sisters too. Both sent me nice Venmos that was my birthday. That was a different thing. It was my birthday recently. So that was really nice to receive all those Venmos. And I feel like it was okay. I felt less guilt because it was my birthday month. And it was a fine birthday. I turned 38 years old. All sorts of cool things happened. I got my Iceman gave me a Jalen Coker jersey for my birthday. Big Coke head. Shout out to the Coke heads out there. I'm very excited. Haven't gotten a new sports jersey in many years. I destroyed my Luke Kuechly jersey and my voice. I just can't. I'm just kind of going through puberty right now, and you kind of revert back to those stages in your life when you really fuck up by far your most valuable piece of clothing. And I put my Luke Kuechly jersey in the dryer, and you can't do that. I do laundry like nothing, dude. I never celebrate. First of all, I never celebrate laundry. I think it's just clothes. But I also never separate whites and color. I just don't. And all my white shirts, they're fine. It's like, it's a myth. I just throw everything in the wash. And I just throw everything in the dryer. I don't think of things. Whatever. Shake it around in some water, dry it, and I'll wear it. If that process kind of fucks you up, I'm probably just never going to wear you. Or I'll fuck you up and throw you out. And so that's what happened. I was pretty disappointed. I've washed jerseys before too and dried them. This very one, I think. But it's like a really nice jersey with like the stitched on numbers, like the super expensive ones. It's like a Christmas present from years ago. The stitching. If you got a jersey with stitching on the number, woo, that was a Christmas gift. That's not something you're just buying. But I put it in the dryer and the fucking, numbers and like the lettering, because they're stitched on, it's like a separate piece of material, and they got all wrinkled. They got wrinkled so bad that I tried to steam it. That wouldn't work. I brought it to a dry cleaner and asked if they could do anything, because I think of them as they can just save any clothing. That's how I think of a dry cleaner. I still really don't get what dry cleaning is, and I watched a YouTube video on it, and I understand it less. It's not dry. And that's okay. That wasn't really the part that bothers me. It does bother me. Honestly, I think it should have a different name. But what bothers me is that I don't understand how they're able to get stains out without really... Some of these stains are like, you have to bring them to a professional stain getter outer without fucking up the rest of the article of clothing. And they're just able to do it in such magical ways. But they couldn't do anything about my jersey. And I went in, I left it. The woman was like, I don't think we can fix this, but we'll try. And if we can't fix it, you won't have to pay. And I said, okay. I went in a couple days later. And I said, hey, I'm here with the jersey. And the guy goes, the wrinkles? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, no. And I was like, oh, man. And he brings it out. He's like, yeah, we couldn't do it. And I said, all right. And they did try. So I went to give him $20 just to be like, thanks. You know, if I go to a mechanic and they just like, they do some work, but like, it wasn't a big deal. They're like, don't worry about it. That's like, I'm like, you did take time out of your day. So I tried to give him something. And so I was trying to give this guy a little money. Like, they did the work. If it had worked, I would have had to pay money. So they did the same amount of work either way. So I should pay him something, I think. And he was like, no. And I was like, yeah, man, you did steam it. That's what you're gonna do. So thanks. And he was like, how about you go on Yelp and give me a good review on Yelp? And I did that. I don't write a ton of... You guys should check me out on Yelp. I've written some reviews. Maybe I'll put my Yelp name when I post it on Instagram. I don't give a whole lot of negative. I did give one negative review. I don't think I have time to get into that right now. About the lesbian bar that I reviewed on Yelp. Hey, don't go to Honey's on Western. I'll just say it. They're lesbians in there, and they are bitches, dude. They're not cool lesbians. Boy, are they angry ones. And they hate straight men. And we got kicked out. We got kicked out for being a bunch of straight men sitting by ourselves in the corner. Can you believe it? Even though I had messaged beforehand on Instagram and said, hey, is it cool if like straight guys come in there, or would that be like a faux pas? And they said, everyone is welcome. Because it's like a new lesbian bar that just opened. And it's right by my friend's apartment. So I was like, that'd be cool. It's still a bar. You know, I go to gay bars all the time. I'm not getting kicked out, obviously. I'm a hot dude. But these lesbos, oh boy, is the world against them, huh? So, don't go to Honey's on Hollywood and Western in East Hollywood. But more importantly, this is what I was talking about Yelp. Yeah. So the jersey is broken, but I got a new Jalen Coker jersey. Yeah, guess what? You know what else Iceman got me? Iceman's my girlfriend, for those who haven't missed the last episode. Big announcement. Have a girlfriend now. But guess what she got me? You know what? She got, and I'm just the other day. I've never gotten this in my life. Flowers. Fellas. When's the last time your girl got you flowers? Ever? For me, it was never. I also never have a girl, but when I did, very little time in my life has been spent having a girlfriend. But I got flowers, and I'm looking at them now. I think there's going to be a couple little blooms. It's not just like a bouquet. It's these flowers, right? And they're in a pot already with like nice leaves at the bottom. I don't know if the leaves are related to the flowers or if that's a different plant. It's like kind of hard to tell because they look like they come from totally different worlds. But who knows? Maybe it's one big plant. But I'll post a picture of the flowers. Pretty pumped on these flowers. I am pretty good at taking care of plants. I have some plants in my apartment that I've had. This prayer plant I have had since 2022. It's like going so strong. It's sticking up straight right now. If you guys are into plants, you have plants in your place, I really recommend getting a prayer plant. They're really cool because they move. And it's constantly unfurling new leaves. And it requires such little care. And it's so happy. So it's this plant that the leaves are like spread out down, kind of more horizontal during the day. And at night, all the leaves stick straight up like a boner. It should be called a boner plant. But it's supposed to look like, hands praying. So that's why it's called a prayer plant. And the bottoms of the leaves are purple. So at night, like the plant turns a combination of green and purple. And when you water it, it's so thankful. It's like a dog. It's like the dog of plants. You give it some reinforcement, give it any sort of joy and stimulation, like I'll give it water, and it like shoots up at night. It's probably just very thirsty. It's a very thirsty plant. But welcome to the rotation flowers. I forgot what kind they are. I'm going to have to do one of those plant snap things. But all sorts of stuff has been happening on my life. Thank you for the Venmos. So shortly after the Venmos, and I was able to pay rent, a blessing from God that you guys won't believe. So I got a little gig. You may have seen me post a bit on Instagram. You may have not. Most people, it seems like, have not. But I got a gig making AI videos, which is so funny after my last episode giving such a rant in defense of AI because I put out an AI tour poster. Boo-hoo. Welcome to the future. Welcome to the party, pal. My friend Luke reached out randomly. I don't know if he saw that I was desperately begging for money on the internet, or he said he didn't see that. He said he just offered me a gig. It was just good timing. I don't know if I believe him. He's a good dude. And it seems really I haven't talked to him in years. And he reached out a couple days after my post asking for money, saying, hey, man, I might have a gig for you. A job, some work for you. Like, what? He must have seen. But then I asked him, I was like, did you reach out because you saw my post? And he was like, no, it was just good timing, I guess. I don't know if I believe him. Don't really care either way. He reached out. I'm doing, through my friend Luke, he said, you want to come to this dinner? I might have a gig for you, like making like AI video, coming up with characters and like making AI videos for this company I work for called Cantina. And he thought of me because I do like characters. He thought of really the overly excited tourist. And I do like some characters, a little bit, The tourist is definitely a character. Other than that, I don't really, So he was really just thinking of that. It's like Ryan O'Flanagan's a character guy. He can like write some characters and make them funny via AI, which is proving to be really difficult. But so I went to a dinner that night and met this team of people that are being onboarded to do this program. And then I'm in the program now. It's a 6-week program for this company called Cantina. And they pay money for me to do this. And so I know that people hate AI, and people have been very upset that I took this job. It's just a 6-week thing where I'm like making some AI videos and I'm gonna post them and try to hopefully they get some views and likes, whatever. And if they get views and likes, I get like bonuses if they do well. None of them have done well so far. But dude, I need a job. I was begging for money a month ago today. And I need this job. I am still looking for I will take other jobs. This is like all remote and on my phone. But basically, so I got into the programs for 6 weeks. You got to make characters on this app called Cantina. And develop them a little bit, do some scenes, some AI scenes, typing in and making scenes with these characters and then editing them and making Instagram and TikTok pages for these characters and then posting from there. And now you run their Instagram and TikTok page and you're trying to get them to have a following and get views. And that helps out Cantina because they have the little Cantina tag at the end of all the videos. And that's just spreads Cantina. That's what we're trying to do. A 6-week program pays for me very well. I haven't had a lot of jobs that have paid that well really in my life. Like the day jobs I've had have always been paid pretty badly, and then acting gigs and stuff can pay well sometimes. But it's a nice 6-week gig. That's a nice little paycheck every week, and I'm getting unemployment, so I'm okay. Don't Venmo me any more money. You can. But thank you so much, but I'm okay now. For now. And I have money I can get by until the tour, which starts at the end of September, and we'll touch on that. I'll give you the latest on that. But so I've been making this character, the one character I've really been working on so far, and I wanted to make a few different characters and make a couple different pages. I can run a couple pages. But so far I've just been working on this one character. His name is Give Up Gorilla. He's on Instagram and TikTok, and he's like a Tony Robbins parody that's a gorilla, and he has Tony Robbins' voice. I gave him Tony Robbins' voice, and he does motivational speeches, but it's the opposite. He does demotivational speeches, and he wears a shirt that says Give Up. And it's just a guy acting like Tony Robbins, doing the cadence like he's giving you a pump-up speech, and then he's just saying the opposite. The very first video I put out, which I think is probably my funniest video, because it looks good, and these videos never look good. But it's just him on stage and going, now remember this. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you can't. And it's so simple. It's 10 seconds long. That's what I wanted to do. Just quick little jokes like that. And that one came out really good. It looks good. It sounds good. And I have not been able to nearly make anything look or sound that good. It is so fucking difficult working with this app. And I'm very grateful to have a job where I'm just on my phone doing bullshit. Even though people hate AI. But man, it's so difficult to make AI do what you want it to do. And I just put out a sketch a couple weeks ago about this, about how frustrating ChatGPT is. And it's gotten a good amount of views for me. And man, am I living it so much right now. I've spent the past 2 days trying to make a single video. I'm out. I need to make my next video and I fucking can't do it. I've tried multiple ideas and none of them will come out right. It's incredibly frustrating. But I'm still grateful to do it and it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's just a 6-week thing or if after that, if they're going to hire me to keep doing it. I don't know, because there's some people in this program that get millions of views. And there was a girl at the dinner who said that she's been doing it for 2 months. So that's more than 6 weeks. So I think maybe if it goes well, maybe they'll keep me on after 6 weeks. But I'm just expecting it to be just 6 weeks, and I'll be cool with that. Because also, people have been getting pissed that I've been posting AI stuff. You guys need to fucking relax. Not you guys. I know Laserheads get me. But I'm sure there are some Laserheads that are disappointed that I'm doing AI stuff. Oh my God, grow up. I posted on Facebook, huge mistake. I posted on Facebook, literally I go, look, I know AI sucks and I'm sorry, but I got a gig making these AI videos. If you want to give Up Gorilla a follow. And my God, this is on my Facebook fan page, which oddly enough, I have the most followers on Facebook of all places. I have 110,000 Facebook followers. Facebook. which you don't even think about. But there's twice as many people that are following me on Facebook than like Instagram and TikTok, which are the ones that I think about. My image on there. But man, I've been getting a little bit of, hey, I've gotten like 2 messages on Instagram from like angry people. And you can exactly picture what they look like. But then on Facebook, holy hell, dude. I posted that message. Follow me if you want. Sorry, AI sucks. And I left for like 20 minutes. Came back and I logged in and I saw that it had 5 likes and like 20 comments. I said, uh-oh, I've been ratioed. And I checked and wouldn't you know it, people are so mad at me. One guy was like, oh, AI sucks. Sorry, AI sucks, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's like saying, oh, I'm sorry, I know killing puppies is bad, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like, fuck you, man. Like, dude, I'm making AI videos. You're comparing making AI videos to killing puppies. I have a screenshot. That is an actual thing that a guy said to me, and everyone just goes, you suck, unfollowed. Easiest unfollow of my life. Good, unfollow me, you psycho. You don't seem to like me at all. Why are you following me if you don't, you really had a hair trigger of liking me versus not liking me. Okay, unfollow me then, you jerk. And shout out to the one guy who backed me up, who said, you guys are being like pretty judgmental of a guy just trying to take a job to try to make some money. They must not be Laserheads. Hell yeah, brother. Shout out to you. Thanks for being the one positive comment. People were very mean. And then I just deleted the post. I left it up it was only up for like half an hour and I got so much anger. So I'm sorry. I know AI is bad for the environment and it's bad for the internet. But I need a job. Sorry. It's also not that bad. Like, chill out. I think. But, what do I know? I think it's extra bad if you're stupid and you're getting like tricked by it all the time. God. Yeah, homosexuality is extra bad if you're homophobic. But it's not really that bad, dude. AI is this internet just is so much AI on the internet. It sounds like you're getting tricked by AI videos if it makes you that mad. AI slop like sucks. The AI that sucks is AI that's people are trying to make it seem like it's a real video. That sucks. Don't do that. That's annoying. You're just doing it for views, and it's just like you're not adding like. I guess I don't know. Like what I'm doing is any better. It's an animated gorilla. At least I'm not trying to like make you think it's a real gorilla. People go, this is AI. I'm going, no, I'm posting a real talking gorilla. So I don't know. It's just like any other form of entertainment. It's silly little whatever. It sucks that it sucks for the environment. So does everything else. So does everything that you do. You Saint Bernard. It's bad for the environment. Yeah, so are your farts. So are your cigarettes. So is you driving your car. So is every time you think you're recycling and then the recycling goes with the trash. You're not that cool. It's bad for the environment. You're bad for the environment. Your attitude is bad for the environment. Sorry, I took a job, but it's going okay. Anyway, all that to say, follow Give Up Gorilla on Instagram and TikTok. And give him some likes, and then I can get some bonuses. I can get some, and thank you. I know a few of you have followed Give Up Gorilla. Thank you guys so much. I know that it's not really that funny. I get it. It's like not that funny. I know. All good. I don't think it's that funny. It's okay. I thought the whether you can or can't one was funny. But I know none of the other ones have really been funny, so it's all good. Don't worry about it, but I would love a follow and just like give it a like. You don't even have to watch it. Just give it a like. You don't have to like retweet it or reshare it. That'd be cool. I would love a bonus. So I've been doing that. I had my birthday. Other interesting things. Man, I cannot talk today. But you know what I can do? Love. And boy, do I have gallons and gallons of love. I store it in my ass. Can you imagine if you have to poop really bad? People that have giant asses are just people that they just have to poop really bad. Look how big that woman's ass is. She must have to shit so bad. And she takes a shit and there's the tiniest little Mitch McConnell ass. Little Mr. Mackey ass. Recently, so guess what I did recently? Good old 5-time Pro Bowler and 2-time All-Pro center of the Carolina Panthers, Ryan Khalil, reached out to me. Ryan Khalil, if you don't know, is a friend of mine, former Panthers player, former Panthers great. And he now owns a Mexican football team. They have football down there, not football, American football. It's called the LFA, the Liga Football Americano. I can't possibly be Ligo. I'm sorry. I think it is like Ligo, though. I'll look it up. I don't want to leave you hanging. What does LFA stand for in football? In football, Mexican. Liga de Football Americano. Okay, Liga. So league is just Liga. I kind of did not. I really would not have thought that. Liga. That seems fake. But he bought a Mexican football team called the Osos Monterrey. They're the Osos. They used to be, I know this, a little trivia. They used to be called something else, the Caballeros maybe? And they kind of like folded or something. And I don't know, Khalil and Blake Griffin and a team of like football players all bought this team, this Mexican football team. It's Khalil, it's Blake Griffin, who's a basketball player, but he's in the is a partnership with Ryan Khalil. It's called Mortal Media. They make some stuff. We'll talk about that another day. Christian McCaffrey, Sam Darnold, George Kittle, and I believe Julius Peppers are all involved in buying this football team, I believe. And they made a movie, or not movie, a show, a series on YouTube called We Are Osos, and they had the premiere a few weeks ago, and I went to he invited me to the premiere. I went with Iceman, and it was like one of the wildest. I didn't know what it was going to be. He said, "Here's the location, doing a premiere of this." I had seen online a post that he was making this show. I was like, "That's cool." It's kind of like a Wrexham, like that Wrexham soccer show, kind of football version of that. Buying a team and seeing how it goes. It's less silly than like a Wrexham. It's like more serious and like it's got a lot of heart. I never seen Wrexham. I don't know what I'm talking about. I assume it's pretty silly. They're a couple of silly guys. The promos look silly. Osos is more good, serious. So I went to this event that was in like a little movie theater inside of some building. I don't know. And it was really cool. There was people walking around with hors d'oeuvres and they're wearing Osos jerseys. You get to your seats and every seat has an Osos hat on it. I got to show you the Osos hat. Oh yeah, I can include that. Okay, hold on. Let me put this out so I remember. This is the sound of my Osos hat. I'm gonna put that out so I remember to take a picture of it. Put it on Instagram. Everyone got an Osos hat, which is so cool. And the seats were not full, so there's Osos hats floating around this world. And I'm sitting there with Iceman. I haven't seen Khalil yet, and we're just kind of sitting there. And then these fucking dudes just start walking in. First guy that walks in out of nowhere, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh, head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, so unaffiliated with anything that I realize is happening right now. Other than Khalil has never played for the Chargers. I don't think they've ever had any sort of working relationship that I know of. Other than Jim Harbaugh in the mid-90s played for the Panthers very briefly. That's the only connection I can think of. And then Ron Rivera walks in. Yeah, I've met Ron Rivera. Yeah, I met him a few years ago, but that's still cool. That's Coach. That's Coach. That's Riverboat Ron. That's Super Bowl Riverboat Ron, 2-time Coach of the Year, Ron Rivera, walking in. And then Christian McCaffrey walks in. That's cool as hell. I understand. Now people are walking in that I understand are affiliated. I don't know what the hell Jim Harbaugh was doing there, but he was the first one I saw, and I said to Iceman, that's Jim Harbaugh. And she was like, I don't care. Then McCaffrey walks in, stud. Who walks in behind McCaffrey? Super Bowl champion Sam Darnold walks in. The guys are just strolling in. I didn't know Sam Darnold was involved at all with this until we're kind of sitting pretty close with him. And after the show, they all kind of abscond. Or after they showed the 2 episodes, they abscond. I go, yeah, they're too famous. They absconded. Turns out they were just walking to the stage up front because there was a Q&A. And they do, so I'll share a picture of the Q&A. It's Khalil, it's Blake Griffin, it's Christian McCaffrey, it's Sam Darnold, and it's some other guy. Some other older guy. Kind of just, the brains of the operation. I don't know what he is. The GM of the team or something like that. Hell if I know. I forgot. But then afterwards, hung out a bit, got to talk to Ron Rivera, got to talk to Jim Harbaugh. These are pictures I can share. And then get this, I won a helmet. They had this game, they had this wall. There's like an after party outside that's got like free food and drinks. It was really cool. I didn't know what this event was going to be at all. But we go outside, and I get to meet these people. I didn't get to talk to McCaffrey. I've met McCaffrey once. And he's pretty much my best friend, but like we didn't make eye contact, and he left. Sam Darnold never came down, but I got to talk to Jim Harbaugh, got to talk to Ron Rivera, got to see Khalil, both Khalils. Matt Khalil, number 4 overall pick in the 2012 draft. Matt Khalil, and then they have this event, or like they have a wall with holes in it, and the holes have different points assigned to them depending on the size of the hole, and you got to throw a football through them. So basically, I think it's like something like you get 4 throws to get 50 points or something. So basically how the math works out is you have to make like 3 of 4 throws. First time I went 0 for 4 on 4 throws. And once you miss the second one, then you're just wasting your time. You're just doing it for fun. So I wasn't really like taking it seriously for the second 2 throws. And then if you win, you get a helmet, a signed, actual full-size football helmet signed by Ryan Khalil, Blake Griffin, Christian McCaffrey, and Sam Darnold. So I lost really badly, then we went, we mingled. But I kept looking over at that game, and I was like, man, I think I could do that. I don't know if, I think if with enough tries in a night, like I could do that. It might take all night. I don't think I could. And it was free to play, so I was like, I don't want to go back there. Like they had moments where no one was playing it. I'm like, man, if no one's going to do it. And we went back. They had 1 helmet left. I say, I want to try again. I throw my first one. Big doink. Missed it. Not a good start. Auspicious start, even. And then I just felt something take over my body. You ever I don't know, play darts or something, or when you play like beer pong or something, or any sort of a toss. Sometimes it like comes out of your arm or your hand, and it just feels like right. Like your brain and your arm finally connected well, and I'm like, I know this is going like where I want it to go. I just like had this sense. This total control of my body. And I just drained 3 balls in a row. Bang. And they were into small, I think it was 2 throws into like a bigger hole. And then I had to get it into this really small hole at the end to win. And I just fucking felt it. And I just threw it. And I knew exactly where I was going. It was a real Bryce Young moment. Just locking in and just being undeniable. And I won their final helmet, and it was signed. At the time, I thought it was signed. Actually, for 4 days, I thought that this helmet was signed by, because I can't read these signatures, they're squiggles. I thought it was signed by guys on the Osos. Like these players on the team that have day jobs. The starting quarterback is a full-time tax guy. They show it in the documentary. Check it out. It's called We Are Osos on YouTube. And they're putting out new episodes every week, I think. They're on they've got a few out. And it wasn't until 4 days later I saw Blake Griffin post on Instagram. I don't even follow him. His post just came up for some reason. Oh, probably because he was tagged with like other people that I do follow. Duh. But his post came up. and it's him signing those helmets. And I'm like, hey, those are the helmets. Hey, I won one of those helmets. Hey, wait, that's Blake Griffin. Wait, that's Blake Griffin's signature on my helmet. And I rush into the other room and I look at it. And I look at all the numbers and it's 32, 23, 14, and 67. Oh! That's Blake Griffin, Christian McCaffrey, Sam Darnold, and Ryan Khalil. Those are their numbers. You idiot. That's them who signed. It's a way more valuable helmet than I thought it was. But, and I won it. And I was wearing it all night. Iceman was wearing it all night. It was fun. Now I have a helmet in my apartment. I also have an Amazonian death whistle. I've been making some purchases with all the money that you guys gave me. Thank you. That's my Amazonian death whistle from Amazon. Been getting a lot of that content online. People with Amazonian death whistles, like in like public bathrooms, or just like in sneaking up behind people. Highly recommend the Amazonian death whistle. It's only $450. Thank you guys so much for your donations. So I got a lot of new stuff. I got a helmet. I got flowers. I got an Amazonian death whistle. And my friend Mikey for my birthday just gave me an elk call. Go Edmonton Elks. I'm an Edmonton Elks fan, everyone. As is Mikey. We've decided to be Canadian Football League, CFL, Edmonton Elks fans. Mine for obvious reasons. They're the Elks. And guess what, folks? Just very much like the end of this podcast, maybe I'll just do this at the end. You know what? I'm going to save it for the end. And you let me know if you made it to the elk, and I'm going to do it myself. Because I have an elk call now, and it's supposed to sound like an elk. I might as well get my fucking thing out. I might as well get out the elk call. It's a mouthpiece that's like a reed, and then it's just like one of these. It's a big thing. I'll share a picture. You'll see it. But anyway, so as I was at this event, as the event was wrapping up, Khalil comes over and goes, "Hey man, so these two the Khalil brothers, they have a tequila brand, and they say we're doing this like event on the beach next weekend. Do you want to come to our event on the beach?" They told me nothing about it, but I was like, "Yeah, it's the fucking it's the Khalils." I still think it's really cool that I'm friends with them. That the novelty of that is now worn off. That I'm friends with like an all-time Panthers great. That will never wear off. I don't want it to wear off. So I say, whatever. If you're inviting me to anything, I'm gonna go. But it did sound really cool. It was a beach. It was like a volleyball tournament that as far as I knew, their tequila brand, of which I can never remember the name, was sponsoring. So that's like all I knew. And then Khalil said, "Do you want to give a speech?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He said, "All right, Vince Vaughn did it last year, so no pressure." And I was like, What? A speech? I don't know what this event is." He's like, "I gotta go." And a few days before the event, he was like, I was like, "What are the details? Where am I supposed to meet you guys?" I don't know what this is. I thought it was just like they're having some friends. And like, people that they know, basically a small tournament that their brand will, and they're in charge of the event. It's their event, and it's just going to be a small event on the beach with friends. And so I was like, I said, where do I meet you guys? And he was like, details forthcoming. How's the speech coming? And guess what, folks? I did write a speech. And I was really waiting to confirm if that was a real thing. And then when he said that, I was like, I guess I'm writing a speech. And I wrote a speech. It's a toast. I can read you the toast, I guess. But then I went to the event, and it's a huge, tens of thousands of people beach tournament in Manhattan Beach. We walked up, and it was massive. It was so many people. And I walked up, and I thought, I have to give a speech to this? Like, I thought I was going to have to get out a microphone and do this, like, dumb toast that I wrote. And luckily it was not that. It was just a huge tournament, and the Osos Monterey they were sponsoring a team. So they were, like, wearing Osos bathing suits and Osos hats. And so it's this tournament where it's called, like, the five-man festival, volleyball tournament, whatever. 5-man, 5th-man volleyball tournament, whatever. You get it. and a ton of teams enter, and they all have to dress up and have like a theme. And everyone's wearing. It's fun. There's some fun ones, but it's got to be beachy. Some of the stuff looked a little hot. I wouldn't want to be wearing like that, beads or whatever. But the Osos had a team, and they were pretty good. And so they would just rotate. They play 3 games on Friday, 3 games on Saturday, and there's like a tournament style. And so I watched a couple of the games. I almost died. I'll send you a guy who really almost dove into me and my woman and almost took us out. Can you believe that? After I just paid rent? No, thank you. So it was a good time, and I never gave this speech. Thank God. I didn't want to give a speech either way. I don't know anyone, but I'll read you guys this is a toast that I wrote. Let me see. It's in my docs. Oh, by the way, well now I have to like start typing things from the beginning again. It doesn't autofill much anymore. I have to start over because I got fucking hacked. Sorry to everyone who got that email about my my dinner party. Hey, sorry about that. Folks, I got hacked a few days ago. That was a rough one. I'll talk about getting hacked after I read. Let me do one thing at a time here. Okay. I click on this. I'm on Google Doc. I know this is really good podcasting. I'm sorry. Khalil Volleyball. Is what I titled it. Okay, here we go. This is what I was gonna. I was imagining it would be like 30 people maybe in like a house party, and then go down to the beach and do I don't know. Maybe I don't know. He did say there was like some sort of a house involved. So I don't know if that was like the meetup spot for the friend. I don't know. So here's what I wrote. I would like right now to make a speech about this fun day with friends at the beach. at the beach is what I typed. Thank goodness I didn't have to do this. The place where ocean meets the land and little toesies meet the sand. But we won't be swimming with the fish in the ocean. We'll be swimming in the tequila that set this whole event in motion. So at this point, obviously, I'm thinking that their tequila brand, which I had no say in the day, it did not appear really at any point. There was some of it, I think, at the house that we were like partying at also, maybe a little bit. I thought their tequila brand was sponsoring this whole event. And it turns out it was a massive event that was sponsored by like Bud Light or some beer brand. They also didn't have any fucking drinks at this place. But it's the beach. Anyway, for something special is happening on this day. Athletes have gathered from miles away. Some are short, but it's better to be tall. For today is a tournament of volleyball. In groups of 6, they have all made their team. Oh, so it's 6-man. That's what it is. The 6-man, did I say 5-man earlier? 6-man, obviously, Rye. Volleyball tournament. 6-man is also like, 6th man is like an event coordinating company too. So I don't know if it's like, if they are doing the event or if it's called 6-man because it's a 6-man tournament. In groups of 6, they have all made their team. They've picked out a costume. Come on, Ryan, you fucking idiot. They've picked out a costume. They've chosen a theme. Some look like blank, ready to cause a mess. So I left a blank and I was going to like reference one of the teams and make, leave that ready. Leave that available so it would look like, it's kind of off the cuff. And some look like blank, ready to cause a menace. Some look like vagrants who walked here from Venice. The nets are up. The balls are inflated. Well, not mine because I just masturbated. But that really sucks that my voice cracked on that. It just kind of sucks for me. I'm better. Well, not mine because I just masturbated. But we're not here to play with our willies. We're here to hopefully not tear our Achilles. So meet your competitors and shake their hand. And today, leave it all out on the sand. Put your sunglasses on to shade your eyes beneath. Not from the sun, but from Ryan Khalil's new teeth. Yeah, Khalil got veneers. You didn't got to do that, buddy. Your teeth were great. Everyone's doing veneers. So, of course, made fun of him as soon as I saw him. It matters not who wins as long as good times are had. You're all winners to me unless you're really, really bad. So raise your drink for a toast if you'd like. Put that drink to your lips. Serve, set, and spike. And then we would all drink. Hopefully we would all be holding a drink. I was making a lot of assumptions. I was assuming we were all going to be holding. I thought it was a tequila-sponsored event, so we would all be holding like shots of tequila. None of this was happening. We were on the beach, and you weren't allowed to drink. And boy, did I want to drink. Also, my flip-flop broke. Hey, fair enough. And can you believe a place where... do you want to know about a place where you can't, for the love of you, find anyone selling flip-flops? The beach. There were tents. There were people selling all sorts of shit. I got a rubber chicken. That was free. And it's got a little Clippers jersey on it. Iceman hates it. I think that, I did forget to mention that when I was talking about, I've got a lot of cool new stuff that makes noise in my apartment. Gucci Gardens. I've got my Amazonian death whistle. I've got a new rubber chicken. And I, of course, have my alcohol. And guess what else I have, folks? Hold on. One sec.
I got the whole tank of helium that my friend Sam brought to my birthday. And I can do this with my voice. I should have been doing this the whole time. A lot of fun stuff happening in my apartment right now. Hold on, let me sit down to make sure I don't pass out. Very much like the very dead Kevin sketch. That really put us on the map. Anyway, it was a great time at the beach. What else, really do I have to talk about? Let me go back to my notes here. I feel like this is going a bit long, so I just want to just focus up. Okay, I got unemployment, the AI job, my birthday, Osos. Oh, congrats to my friend Taylor Mishak. Check out the new season of Tires. It just came out on Netflix, and my friend Taylor is in the show. She's a big character in the show. Congratulations. She's a very good actress. I can't, dude. Netflix will not. Dad, I gotta talk to you. Dad, I'll be honest. The Netflix hasn't worked for me in a long time. And I got tired of not being added, of my household not being able to be added. I did the best I could and I gave up. My friend Lori gave me her Netflix. Oh, also my dad wanted to let you guys know. Don't worry, Dad, I got you. A couple episodes ago, I told you guys that my dad was gay. And he wanted me to let you guys know that he is not gay, he's bi. He's a bi guy. Bye-bye guy. No, he's still around. He's not a bye-bye dad. He's white. Oh, no. There goes SNL. Speaking of, hey, Shane Gillis. Congratulations on the new season of Tires, and congratulations to my friend Taylor Mishak. I can't watch the show. Taylor, I can't watch the show. Sorry, dude. Netflix. Lori gave me her Netflix. Lori added me to her household and shit. My emails on there still logged me out. Still don't get it. Netflix won't. It won't work. Netflix won't work in my home. Gucci Gardens has a lot of great things about it. It has really good AC. Netflix does not work in my home. It's haunted. So Taylor, I can't watch the show. I love you though, and I'm sure you did great. Shane Gillis just set a Guinness World Record for the most people at a single comedy show. That's what you want a comedy show to be, is have the most people possible. Set a world record. That's the telltale sign of people that know what comedy is. People that are paying to sit in the nosebleeds at Lincoln Financial. If you're paying money to sit in the last row at Lincoln Financial Field to watch a stand-up comedy show, I don't think comedy is for you. I don't think this is really, I don't think you get it. I don't know. I think you should look for other interests. I don't understand it. But no hate. All power to you. He's one of my favorite comics. That's a really weird venue for a comedy show. I did see Dane Cook once at Boston Garden. at Boston Garden back in the day. And yeah, it's a really stupid place for a comedy show. It's really weird. More people does not make it better. I think stand-up comedy. A lot of things it can. Music, sports. Not comedy, I think. I think that's kind of strange. But congratulations, that's cool. I could set a world record for the least amount of people at my comedy shows. I finally had a good set the other day. Oh my God, I've been freaking bombing, dude. So I feel good with this nice, hot, new tour coming at the end of September and beginning of October. That's right, folks. I'm just about locked in. Man, if anyone knows anyone in Louisville, can you just... Why it's so hard to book a show in Louisville? And I even say it like correctly. That's so not fair. I've reached out to so many. It would just really round out this like map so perfectly. If I can just get a damn Louisville show. But I've got a bunch of other shows coming. Hold on, let me bring up and I've got some new merch coming. Oh, that's why I want to bring up what do you guys think of this? So I couldn't find flip-flops on the beach. Sorry, my brain went away. And the sand was so hot, and I had to just like either wrap like what was left of my flip-flop, like stick it between my toes and try to drag it around, or just step on the really hot sand. And I was like, really wanted a new flip-flop, a new pair, ideally two of them. And no one was selling flip-flops. And I was just saying, Iceman, dude, there's a market for no one sells flip-flops apparently. Sell flip-flops, I guess most people have flip-flops at the beach. Don't they ever, but when they break, boy, do you need new ones, because that sand is hot. So I might, I don't know if I can afford it, but I want to do some new merch that I just sell flip-flops at my shows. I almost said at my shoes. I also will sell them at my shoes, right in their fucking face. Guess what? Here's you if you were more open. But I might sell flip-flops that say, I watched Ryan O'Flanagan flop. And you can put that next to when I used to sell that chapstick that said I watched Ryan O'Flanagan bomb. Man, remember the chapstick days? Hey, if you've been following me if you're a Laserhead and you have a chapstick, bring a chapstick to a show. I'll give you a free koozie. I might get some new koozies. I got some new stickers coming, and I got magnets coming. I have one. There's a select few fans and friends that got my limited edition magnets. I only had like 20 or 30 of them, and I'll just give them away to people that seem like they deserve them. But now I bought like a couple hundred of them, and I'm going to sell them at my show. They're cool magnets. They're overly excited tourist magnets. They look pretty cool. Shout out to Allie, my merch person in Virginia Beach. Thank you, Allie. Probably a Laserhead. But come to see me at Cincinnati, Fort Wayne, Evansville, Nashville, Knoxville, all the vills. Asheville, no way. Evansville, Nashville, Knoxville, Asheville. Wow, I should do it. All right, let's get Scooby-Doo back up here. And then Atlanta, Tony, I'll see you in Atlanta on a Monday night, brother. And Chattanooga, and then I'm desperately trying to get a Louisville show. I think if I can't book one, I think I'll hopefully just do a Don't Tell comedy show. And if not, fuck it, I'll just hang out in Louisville. And then Lexington, Kentucky, and that's it. So that's end of September through early October. My last tour went unbelievably bad. So please, if you know anyone in any of those areas, let them know. Let them know. Come out to the show. Tell them I'm doing so bad. I'm doing really bad. But alas, I'm happy. And I'm grateful for you, Laserheads. That really warmed the dark cockles of my heart. The dark cockles of my heart. So thank you all, and I love you all. Please come to these shows. Please tell someone. I can't emphasize enough. My last tour, 3 of the 6 shows got canceled, and one of them had 4 people at it, and 2 of them were my friends. But the other 2 shows were great. So let's hope that none of the... I was talking to one guy today, the guy who... It was Knoxville, I believe. And he was like, can we change the start time of the show? Can we push it back a little bit? The owner wants to know. I go, yeah. So I was like, so 8:30? Yeah, cool. And he was like, yeah, I'll change the tickets, whatever. Already got 1 ticket sold. And he was saying that like that was a good thing. So hopefully that's good. It is. We got 2 months. But one is the second least amount of people. So it's also one person. I like that it's one person just coming alone. Cool. I'll hang out with you. But come to any of those shows or tell your friends, please. You can check out my dates on ryanoflanagan.com. My friend Sam, hey, get this. My friend Sam, who does art, is making the tour poster. It's not AI. Okay? And I'm paying him hundreds of dollars to do it. 3 of them. So, yeah, I do support real art, of course. And so my AI is my real art also too. So, come to see me. I got some new merch coming. Love you guys. Oh, yeah, I was going to play the elk sound. Okay. Let me know if you made it to the elk. Stay posted on my socials for tour dates. Let me know if you made it to the elk. Pump up the volume. Hold on, I gotta put this thing in my mouth. Pump up the volume and dance. Oh my God. Oh, that feels very weird in the mouth. I'll share a picture. Oh, I hate that. It's a little tickle. But anyway, okay, bye.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance. Yeah.